I want to share with you how you can use clothes and your intuition to connect with synchronicity and also to follow your truth and purpose. There are so many creative, very accessible ways to listen to your intuition and to bring more playfulness and creativity to your healing. So clothes are one of my favorite ways to explore this. And how that can be done is by bringing forward the concept of as within, so without. And to expand on that, if you're noticing something in somebody else, if you're noticing something that you like, okay, you like their style, you like the way that they hold their body, you like the way that they're speaking, then that is offering an invitation to something that is ready to be integrated inside of you and something that is ready to be explored, because it's not that they're separate from you or better than you. So if you have a genuine curiosity to explore that style, to explore that way of being, dancing, walking, then it's something ready inside of you to explore that. And what often happens is, instead of leaning into, wow, yeah, I want to try that. I want to try that on. I want to wear that color because I keep being drawn to that color this week or this month or this year, and I don't know why. Instead of leaning in to the curiosities and creativity and excitement, what happens often is a shutdown of, I could never do that, I could never wear that, I could never be that person, or, oh, they must be, I must be really sucky, not great, whatever inner critic or judge is arising in that moment when you see something in somebody else. And instead of saying, wow, okay, if I can see that in somebody else, therefore I must have access to that inside of myself as well, and taking action from that space, if you're specifically shutting that down and instead saying, oh, like, they must have a good life and I don't have a good life, or making up all these reasons why you're not good enough, and falling into that space and that energy, it perpetuates that trauma, perpetuates that truth of unworthiness, not good enough, those stories that are so traumatic, those stories that keep that stuckness and hurt and pain from staying in our body. And so a way that you can play with that and explore that is to begin to say yes to those little glimpses of, like, I'm really noticing that color a lot lately, or I seem to be drawn to this one item at the clothing store that's very different than what I'm used to, and it feels really good, but I'm kind of scared about it. Or, hey, I've been noticing the way that that person's dance is like bringing up this feeling in me that I really want to play with and get to know more. So saying yes to those moments, and the more that you say yes to those little intuitive ways that the unconscious mind is speaking to you, the more you're going to align with your creativity and your purpose through saying yes to play, saying yes to life, the way that it's mirroring you in ways that it's, in terms of mirroring, it's often spoken about in terms of people, like, oh, that person's mirroring me. Well, this can also be true for many things. So life is speaking to you and having a conversation with you, and the unconscious mind likes to speak in colors, likes to speak in images, likes to speak in animals and sounds, is like very primal and sensorial. Or maybe you're drawn to a certain smell and you don't know why. And then later on you learn, like, oh wow, that smell has this ancient rooted tradition to open up the heart, and maybe you needed to help your heart heal. There are all these incredible things available when you say yes and allow yourself to be open to them. That is not just about going to have a session, a healing session, or not just about doing work with people. You can have more play and exploration as you heal and get to know yourself and wake up all parts of yourself. So saying yes to whatever your intuition is being drawn to, especially if it's something easily accessible, and especially if it's something that is like a low barrier, low cost thing. So let's say you're not in a position to invest in saying yes to everything that your intuition feels drawn to and connected to. So what you can do then is say yes to the thing itself without purchasing. So let's say out of nowhere you're drawn to the color red, or you're drawn to the flower daisy, and you just keep seeing it everywhere. You keep seeing daisies when you go online, you keep seeing daisies when you walk in the street or on somebody's shirt, or you see the color red everywhere. So if you're not in a position to, let's say, get a red thing or something with daisies on it, then you can say yes to all those little moments that are showing you that pattern and guiding you to something. And you can say, okay, I see you, daisy shirt. I see you, daisy flower. I see you, I hear you, daisy song. Like, and then notice in your body, what is it bringing up? Is it bringing up a sense of childlike wonderment? Is it bringing up this feeling of feeling sexy? Is it bringing up this like little 5-year-old you? Is it bringing up a feeling of like strength and masculine energy and like I can get shit done? Notice what's happening in your body as you relate to these different images and colors and smells as you navigate life. And you're going to begin to build this conversation with life and say yes and listen to all the little ways that you're being supported, you're being held and guided to heal and integrate and play and engage and co-create your existence and your presence in your physical body, as well as engagement with the external world. And from there, like, I feel like anything is possible. You know, there's infinite possibilities of where you can keep exploring or what you want to do with that exploration. And this doesn't feel like the moment to be like, and then you do this. No, like it depends on, I don't know you. So it depends on the like goal and what your desire is. And like, if you want to get specifics on that stuff of like, okay, what do I do now that I have this information about myself, that I know that I like this thing more, or I'm exploring more of my feminine side or my masculine side, or like my parental side, or my more like playful clowny side, or my sexy side. What do I do with that now? Well, great, you can work with me and we can start to harness those things and get more specific with like what your goals are. And for right now, it is really up to you what you do and how you co-create that conversation and relationship with the universe, with your life, with yourself, and what you want it to mean or not mean, or how you want to channel and hone in on your intuition and your connection with your body, and how you want to be creative in this world. It's up to you where you want to take that, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the infinite possibility that can be in that state, and excited for more permission for intuition to exist in our society. Intuition exists in every single one of us, and there was lots of really painful, abusive forces that shut down simple creativities as a child. Intuition, listening to our hearts and our emotions and our bodies and trusting that. So this is for me such a playful way to reclaim that and stand in power. Yay. It led me to this sweater, and I'm like, this is the best sweater ever. Not only, okay, so, to close this off, I had like such a vision for Otherworld, which is like a regional burn on the island. And I had such a vision for Otherworld to walk around with this like I wanted to be a self-care bear. It just like came to me, this vision. And I was like, that's so special and so random. Like, I don't think about Care Bears. I was like, I just see it. It's a self-care bear. And I'm walking around and I'm offering self-care tools and rose water to people at festivals and little practices to help them stay grounded and help them, care for themselves in overstimulating environments. And I said yes to this vision. And then like the pieces of this vision just started showing themselves. And like the person that I bought this from was so cool and such like an incredible vibe. And then way later, after I had already completed the mission, I also had this little Care Bear bag that I carried around, my self-care tools to share at Otherworld. So after way later, I was wearing this on a phone call with my nephew, and he specifically was like, "Auntie, step back, go," and like he wanted me to do whatever he was telling me. So he's like, "Go back like this, put your arms out," without asking me like, "Hey, I want to see what's on your sweater." He was like, "Do this," and then he's looking at my sweater. He's like, "Oh, it's Care Bears!" And I swear to God, like I had the most incredible moment with my nephew who's turning 7. And he, like that moment with him was like falling in love again with life and with the preciousness and the innocence of that pure joy. It's like, for me, it felt like he was so proud of me for wearing this sweater and like just thought I was the coolest, which to me is like, I love that guy so much. He's my soul fam. And to bring joy to him or for him to think that I'm cool is like, so that was something that happened. That moment just like anchored into my cells, that memory with him of that like pure joy had such a precious impact on me. So you don't know where it's going to take you. Sending you so much love.